Hey guys, meteorologist Doug Hetty. I hope you've had a fantastic Friday. It's actually turned out to be a hot and humid one, and that is going to be a big key in the forecast as we go really through about the next 10 days is the heat and the humidity. It's July 18th, so what do you expect? We do have still a few random showers and thunderstorms, so we're going to look at that. I'm going to give you a nice little breakdown of what is going to happen. We'll look a little bit long range forecasting for you as well. Big shout out Superior Roofing and Construction. If you've had roofing needs, give them a call. They'll get you all hooked up. All right, so let's see what's going on. We had some scattered thunderstorms out there earlier today. You can see those cumulus clouds and a couple random little pop-up showers. We can't rule out a random thunderstorm or two as we go through the afternoon. You can see a few guys Pittsburgh to Columbus. But if you're heading out of town, heading to the lakes, overall, it's looking pretty good as we go through the weekend, but it is going to be hot. So we're going to look at the weekend now. We're going to look at next week, and then, of course, long range as well. So hot, let me take you to about 7 p.m. Still upper 80s to near 90 degrees. And again, a random thunderstorm or two. Heading into the weekend, 6 a.m. Look at this warm, muggy start, low to mid 70s, but pretty much clear skies. And most of the rain tomorrow is really going to stay along the I-70 north in this region. I think everybody else mainly dry, but look at the temps 94, 93, 96, 96 in Branson. So it is going to be hot on Saturday. Let me take you through Saturday night. Again, some thunderstorms out kind of central Kansas, northeastern Kansas, may clip Kansas City a little bit into northern parts of Missouri. Everybody else mainly staying dry, warm, muggy once again. Sunday, much of the same. Some clouds, maybe a random shower. Most of us are going to be dry, but look at these temps. We're sitting into the mid 90s at this point in time. So, what's our heat index going to be like? Because the humidity is up there. And if we check this out, I mean, look at this. It feels like a 103 tomorrow in Kansas City, 104 in Wichita, 101 in Oak City, West Plains. It's going to feel like 102. Does it get better on Sunday? No, it does not. It's going to feel like 107 in Columbia, 106 in Tulsa, 104 in Fort Smith, 109 in Salina, Kansas. So if you are going to be outside this weekend, just try to stay cool, light colored clothing, drink plenty of fluids. All right, but watch what happens. So I guess we're in the dog days of summer, if you want to call it that. So this time of the year, the jet stream, which all the storm systems kind of like to hang out with the jet, it's way up into Canada, and it's also one of its at its weakest stage that we see really through the entire year. So every now and then we get these little ripples that rotate around, but look at our area of high pressure kind of building in. So watch this as we go through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It sits right here on top of us, and it's close enough to us. It really kind of keeps us dry. So any rain kind of rotates around the high, but it keeps us on the hot side and the dry side. Even late next week, not much of a change. It breaks down a little bit, so some waves will start to rotate through. You can see the high kind of shifts back toward the west. This will start to bring in those chances for rain again, but over the next week, it's just summer. Look at the high, really building in. So as we go into the following week, you can see that big dome of high pressure really building in. So let's pull out the global predictor. Of course, this is based off the LRC cycling weather pattern that Gary Lezak and I and team have been developing for decades. So if we look at I know this is a little hard to see, but if we look at the rest of July, you can see how every day is in the orange. That means we're a little bit above average for this time of the year. Rainfall wise, we have that shot today, but there's not really enough to really trigger for the rest of the month, even though I do think that last week we're going to get some scattered thunderstorms in here. Let's move to August. So we do have some blues, or at least some very light blues. So this is going to be, so once we get to the first week of August, temperatures closer to normal, like right around 90 to 92 through that first week. But I also want you to notice the second half of August really heats back up, very similar to what we're going to have as we go through the next week. Now, rain chances definitely sticking around. We get a lot of waves back in, especially as we get past that first week of August. So this is good for drought, of course. We're going to stay at least fairly wet as we go through the summer months. Let's go ahead and jump in and look at September. You can see the first half of September. is a little bit on the cooler side than near average. The second half, let's go into October. You can see fairly warm. That's always that um, fake fall where summer always returns in October. So you can see that first half of October is pretty hot. Let's go to November. Let's look at Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, I guess, would be what, the 27th this year? So temperatures into the 50s. Let's see if Thanksgiving is wet. No, if it is on the 27th and not the 20th, I'm pretty sure it is. Let's go into December. Let's go to Christmas. And you can see temperatures right around 50 for a high on Christmas Day. And if we look at precip during, look how wet it is in December. Let's see if we're picking up any snow, possibly right around December 4th. So a lot to watch, kind of cool to look at. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'm back in town now, so of course you're going to get multiple videos a day, which I'm sure you guys love. But make sure you like and subscribe, and that helps me out. And hey, we'll chat soon.